school for deaf children, she was not as good as normal children, her world became colorless. It turned black. Now, what does this mean? Everything suddenly looked black? It means that all of a sudden you get such a bad news, you get some news that you don't expect, and in return you see blackness all around you. That is how Eveline responded to this news. But Eveline was not going to give up. This shows Eveline had determination. Although Eveline got such a shocking news, still, she was determined. She did not want to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. Pursue means to follow. As Eveline was passionate about music, this news also did not break her. She was determined to live life like normal people and follow her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Xylophone is a musical instrument with a row of wooden bars of different lengths. Here you can see this is the image of a xylophone. Now when Eveline saw a girl playing the xylophone, she also wanted to play it. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. Percussionist is a person who plays the drum, the tabla, etc. A person who plays different musical instruments. Famous percussionist Ron Forbes. Now on one hand, Eveline's teachers discouraged her because they knew that she could not hear and hearing was an important part of music. But Ron Forbes saw that Eveline was very passionate about music and so he decided something. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Ron Forbes thought that he would teach Eveline to feel music. So what did he do? He took two large drums and he tuned them to different notes. Now what does this mean? He took two large drums. Drums are musical instruments. And he tuned them. He tuned each drum to different notes so that sound produced by the drum was different. So it was distinct. Both the drums made different sounds. Then he told to Eveline, don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way. Now what did Ron say to Eveline? He said that don't try to listen to music through your ears. He said that try to sense it. Try to feel the music some other way. Says Eveline, suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Now as Ron had tuned both the drums to different notes, Eveline says that the drum which made higher notes, she could feel those higher notes from the waist up. So waist, you know, the middle of your body is called the waist. The upper part of Eveline's body, above the waist, could feel the higher notes of the drum, and the lower part of her body, the part down from the waist, that could feel the lower notes of the drum. Forbes repeated the exercise and soon Eveline discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. So this is how Eveline can listen to sound although she cannot hear. She can sense different notes in different parts of her body. Eveline says, I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So Ron Forbes taught Eveline to respond to different sounds. Different parts of Eveline's body responded to different sounds, and that is how she could make out, she could identify the sounds and the different vibrations. Now once she could identify the sounds and vibrations, the hurdle had been overcome and Eveline's career went upward because she had determination to become a famous and a good musician, and she did a lot of hard work. She never looked back from that point onwards. Once Eveline overcame her challenge, she started sensing the different sounds through her different parts of the body. She progressed in her career. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. Youth means young people, people like who are in college or high school. Orchestra is a group of musicians. So Eveline made a tour. She toured means she traveled the United Kingdom and she performed with a youth orchestra. And by the time Eveline reached the age of 16 years, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. Audition means gave a short performance so that the director could decide whether she was good enough. Just like we sit for an exam and then we get marks to qualify for admission, similarly, if you want an admission into a music institute, you have to give an audition. Audition is kind of a performance. It is a short performance, and once the director sees the performance, he can decide how well you have performed, and on the basis of that, they give you admission into the institute. So Eveline also gave an audition for the admission to the Royal Academy of Music, and her score was the highest in the history of the Academy. No other person had scored such a good score as Eveline. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. Orchestral work means group performance, performing in a group of musicians, and solo means to perform single, alone. So initially Eveline performed in a group, but as she got well in her music, as she got confident, she started performing alone. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. Captured means she had achieved all the top awards by the time she had completed her 3-year course at the Royal Academy of Music.